Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. If we have not yet met, my name is Jerrel, and I develop games for a living. So today I want to discuss the Nintendo Switch 2 game keycard situation and my perspective on it. When I say discuss, I mean that genuinely. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. I want to talk about this with you. I want to hear what you have to say about it. So I am aware that there are people in the games industry who do watch this channel. They will read your comments. They'll see what you have to say. That's why it's important that we discuss these things so openly. I try to stay positive and optimistic about anything in life. So when I first saw the game keycard situation, I believed and I hoped that this would be about transparency. This is a very clear signal to customers that they will be purchasing something that does not have the whole product on the cartridge. People will know right off the bat. This is transparency. I have not seen sales figures. I have heard people say that these are not selling well, that people don't want to buy these. And my position on this is I have zero intention of ever purchasing a game key card. Sure, obviously, I wanted to stay positive about it and say, look, it's about transparency. That doesn't mean that I like or support game key cards. I do not want any game key cards. I have no interest in them. They're gross. And the reason why I dislike them, and if you like them, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay for us to disagree. We can disagree and we can still discuss and we can still be respectful to each other, and we don't have to hate each other just because we disagree on something. So it's totally fine. I dislike these very much. My biggest issue, you'll see people say, oh, it's about preservation and this. What if I want to play the game 20 years from now when the server shut down? That's absolutely valid because people still go back and play older games from 20, 30 years ago. My main problem with this is the space on the console is so limited. I have yet to purchase an express SD card for my Switch 2. They're kind of pricey. The options are limited in Australia, way more than in other places of the world. Stuff's kind of expensive. I haven't seen the huge sizes for the express micro SD cards. So when I install a game on here, there are games that are I would have purchased digitally, and I thought, oh, I've been looking for that game. I do want to play that. I look at the file size, and it's something like 40, 50 gigs, and I think it's on sale at a great price. I don't want to take up 50 gigs because I don't have the SD card in here. And even if you did have the SD card in there, that's only delaying the inevitable, is that SD card will fill up. The space that you have on here will fill up. And for me, having games on cartridges means that is space that's not taken up on the console. But I already know that the vast majority of games, even if you buy them on a cartridge, they will then download an update, and the updates can take up anything from maybe it's only a couple hundred megs, maybe it's 200 megs, maybe it's 5 gigs, maybe it's 10 gigs. Your hard drive is going to fill up. That's just how it is. More games are going to come out for the Switch 2 that are large sizes. And if I were to pick up a game key card, that means that the space is taken up on my console, and the benefit of having the cartridge is no longer there. For me, the benefit of having the cartridge is that I do not have space taken up on my console. So now I have space taken up on my console, and now if I want to play the game, I have to go get the cartridge and then put that into my console. The convenience of having the game on the console is that you do not need the cartridge. What if you've set the cartridge down somewhere else? What if you're traveling and you don't have the cartridge with you? Well, guess what? Now you don't get to play your game. So you see, you have the negatives of both formats, of physical and digital, with zero of the positives because you're taking up space on the console and you have to have the key card in order to play the game. That sucks. So I don't want that. I either want digital, where I can play it at any time without having to take cartridges out, or physical so I can have the cartridge and not take up space on the console. And I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on this. Do you care about the preservation aspect of it? Because we have to let the games industry know whether or not we are interested in this concept. For me personally, I dislike it, but I'm not interested. So that's going to be a very polite no thank you to the game keycard. So please let me know how you feel about those. And this is interesting to me because we recently saw a Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. And this is fascinating. This is a Switch 2 game. The game's fully on the cartridge, but it works on the original Switch. You take the Guardians of Azuma cartridge, that's for Rune Factory. I don't have the game, but you take that, you can put it into your Switch 2, it will play. You do not need to download anything. Which is a novel concept. You don't need to download anything. The full game is on the cartridge. The Switch 2 Enhancement Edition is on the cartridge. Put that in the Switch 2. You put the cartridge in and it plays. You don't even need to turn on the network. You don't download anything. You can take the cartridge out of your Switch 2. You can put it into your original Switch and the game will play on original Switch. I believe this is the first time we are seeing this, where everything is on the cartridge, no download required. There is an update for the game for Switch 2, and I believe it's 12 gigs or something like that. But even if you don't download it, the game will work on Switch 2, the game will work on Switch. So this, why did this happen? How is this possible? It's because the developers put in the effort. If developers put in the effort, they can make something like this work. And this is where the industry should move, is if the game was designed to run on original Switch, then why not do it like this? If you have a Switch 2 edition, include it on the cartridge, sell it as a Switch 2 title with backwards compatibility. This seems like magic. It seems like witchcraft. And to me, I'll make a video specifically to discuss this, but it's going to be problematic for Pokemon Legends ZA because Legends ZA is selling two different cartridges. They're selling the Switch and the Switch 2 edition. Why couldn't they do it like this, and why didn't they do it like this, where it's all on one cartridge? So this is fascinating to me. So that's what I wanted to discuss. Guardians of Azuma looks so interesting to me. Rune Factory is very cool. It's like, you know, a farming sim with RPG and fantasy elements. Very cool. Some battling in there. Check that out. And if you want to see some magic, pick up the physical cartridge. So this is something that I am interested in picking up when I have time to play some games. So let me know what you think. If you've played Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, I'd like to hear from you. So, okay, I'll check in on a personal level here just very quickly. My videos are going to be quite different for the next 2 months. I won't be recording with my green screen in my studio here. So I develop games full-time for a living. I spend the entirety of my workday looking at screens. It's not very fun. I have to I have my own home gym, so I can at least do some body conditioning and physical training so that I'm doing something physical. But I don't like sitting indoors. I don't like staring at screens, but I love making video games. I love writing stories. I love making stuff for you guys, and we can have fun and talk about it. So that's what I have to do. I have to look at screens. So I'm going to spend a bit of time away from computers. I mean, I'll have a laptop with me so I can still do some work, but I'm going to be out just doing ranch hand work. I'm going to be around the Sierra Nevadas in California. I'll be adventuring through some old gold mining towns. I'll be hanging out at saloons, playing piano, guitar, auto harp, singing songs with people. I'll be sitting at old gold mining towns and playing fiddle. So I'm going to be out adventuring for a while, and it's so important to find the opportunity to step away from just sitting in front of a screen, go out and live life, go out and go on some adventures. So I've just been working, and then, you know, in the evenings I get to do music sessions. I get to hang out at pubs and do play music and sing songs with people. But I've had enough screens for a while, and every once in a while I'll go and just do ranch hand work for a while. So my frequency will probably be decreased when it comes to the video uploads. I will do my best to keep uploading videos, but for a while in my videos, we're not going to be here in the studio. We'll be out. I'm going to be out in the Sierra Nevadas. I'll be out on ranches, and so we can still talk. We can still discuss stuff about gaming. I can share my projects with you, but we'll be outside, so I can show you where I'm hiking, where I'm camping. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Okay, that's my check-in. I'm not going to be in the studio for a while. I need to be outside. It's doing ranch hand work and things like that. It's a good life experience. You get to experience the world. You get to have other experiences. You get to develop meaningful life experiences. Being out, you get to meet people, and just meeting people, making friends, hanging out with people. It's the coolest thing in the world. And I'd like to go on some adventures now. So, yeah, okay. Take care, everyone. If you want to go on some adventures with me, please feel free to check in. We'll have some fun out there. Take care, everyone. Be well. I'll see you.